What's shaking YouTube? It's your boy Graybeard Gamer bringing you another tip video. This video is going to teach you how to be a better all-around player, whether you're new or whether you've been playing for a minute. It doesn't matter. This video is going to help you out. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button. If it's your first time here, we got lots of tip videos, best class setups, gun reviews, all that. So make sure you subscribe. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and jump into the first tip. And that first tip is be unpredictable. That's a very simple statement to make, but you really have to put some thought into it, and you have to put a little bit of work into it in order for you to be unpredictable. The way to do that is, if you're new to the game, you need to watch some YouTube videos and pay attention to the routes that players take, because being a month into the game, people are used to the routes that your enemies are going to run. The people who have been playing for a while understand where your enemies are going to be coming from. That's why it's so hard to get lots of kills and very few deaths in this game. So if you end up, like in this gameplay on the screen, going 36 or 39 and 6 like I did, you're doing something. So you have to pay attention to what your enemies are doing, and you have to be unpredictable. If you've been playing for a minute, you already know which way people are going to be coming from. So be unpredictable. In this gameplay that you're watching on the screen, I try to be unpredictable by going a direction that I don't typically go. I'm flanking them within their spawn, and that allows me to get my streaks. So make sure, guys, that you're unpredictable and that you are doing your homework, whether it be through YouTube or drawing on the experience that you already have from playing this game. Make yourself unpredictable, because when you're unpredictable, you're dangerous. The second tip I have for you today is play at a pace that you're comfortable with. If you're a run and gun player in COD's past, you need to put that in a bottle and throw that in the ocean, because that ain't coming back, folks. You're not going to be able to outgun 2, 3, 4, and 5 people consistently in a gunfight. And I know I've seen some people do it, but that's not something you're going to be able to hang your hat on and do consistently in COD World War II. It's too difficult, and the weapons are not powerful enough. You're not going to be able to take your enemies out. Weapon balancing is pretty good in this game. So you're going to get taken out by the second, third, or fourth enemy that you come up against. So play at a pace that you're comfortable with. Don't play campy, but don't play too fast. And make sure that you're utilizing cover when you play. That doesn't mean head glitching and staying in one spot and picking off your enemies, but move from cover to cover so that you are able to play smart, play at a pace that you're comfortable with, keep the enemies in front of you, and you're able to take them out effectively. Within the pace of play, you have to be intelligent and you have to be patient. Sometimes you're going to get in a gunfight and you're going to have to jump behind cover in the middle of that gunfight, and you're going to have to be patient for a second and think about, what is the best move I make next? And that's the move you're going to make. You have to do that. Healing is not ever going to be a factor in a gunfight here, because your enemies are going to be up on you so fast. It takes approximately 5 to 6 seconds for you to heal after you've been wounded. So you're just going to jump behind cover, and typically what's going to happen is the enemy's going to move towards you, or they're going to move and try to come around behind you. You have to anticipate their movement, and you have to beat them to the punch. Jump behind cover, do a count of 1, 2, and then jump back out and shoot them. Do it real quick. It's effective, and a lot of people are expecting you to jump behind cover and stay there and try to heal. That's what they're counting on. So if you just jump behind cover, jump back out, and take the enemy out, that's the right pace of play, and you'll be able to win most of your gunfights. The last tip I have for you today, guys, is going to be actually 2 in 1. The first thing we're going to talk about, we touched on a little bit earlier, and that is don't stay in one place too long. When I was talking about utilizing cover, don't just continue to stay behind head glitches, because they're going to take you out with a grenade or a kill streak, or somebody's going to pick you off with a sniper rifle. So move around and don't stay in one spot too long, because you're not going to go on long streaks that way. That's not a good way to earn your keep. You got to move around, move from cover to cover. It falls into being unpredictable. So stay moving. If you sit in one spot, you are a camper. You cannot do that. It's okay to sit there if you know somebody's coming. You listen to your headphones and you hear a player coming, and you know they're going to be there and where they're going to come out at. Go ahead and go prone or crouch or hide behind something. Wait for them to come. That's part of the game. But don't sit in one spot for 1, 2, 3 minutes and pick off enemies, because you are going to die more often than not from grenades. Grenades are overpowered in this game, and anybody will tell you. So you got to move around. The second piece of tip number 3 is use the firing range. Get used to the weapons that you're going to be using. The reason you do this is because recoil is different with every weapon, and you need to know how they're going to perform with a grip, without a grip, with rapid fire, without rapid fire. With the various attachments that you use, you need to learn how to adjust in the middle of a gunfight. And the best way to do that is to utilize the practice range. Now, your sensitivity, I would suggest going with a low sensitivity, because most of the time, sensitivity is not what wins or loses a gunfight, folks. What wins or loses a gunfight is your ability to stay on target while you're moving. That has very little to do with sensitivity and more to do with being accustomed to the weapon, being accustomed to the recoil and the terrain that you're on. People think sensitivity is the most important thing, and it's not, because you're not moving in a straight line. You're probably going to be moving back and forth if you get in a gunfight. So make sure you go to the firing range, get used to your weapons, and know how they perform. But anyway, guys, we're coming down to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, as always. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if it's your first time here. My name is Graybeard Gamer, and I'm out.